Bitcoin hit all-time highs on Monday. So exciting! But nobody really feels the validation that all-time highs usually bring. Why? Because it only happened on some futures exchanges. This isn't the all-time high party we were looking for. Today, I'm going to tell you my exact prediction for Bitcoin and what is going to happen to altcoins. Let's get it. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're new to crypto, make sure to visit cryptofordudes.com to get your copy of the Regular Guy's Guide to Crypto. And I'll just tell you this, if you grab a copy of this course, within the next couple of months, we got some extra surprises for you sometime in the beginning of next year. But like a good magician, I can't reveal all my secrets quite yet. Now, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the Bitcoin and altcoin market over the immediate short term, what I see happening over the next few weeks, and how you can take advantage of what is going to occur. Now, as of right now, it seems like when it comes to Bitcoin that we are definitely breaking all-time highs and heading to the moon. But is this actually the case? Today, I'm going to tell you why Bitcoin waiting a few weeks to get above all-time highs is actually a great thing for all you altcoin degens out there. I also believe we could be seeing a renaissance of some type. You'll have to find out what that means. Now listen, you got to understand, I take risks when I make videos like this. There's a chance that with as volatile as Bitcoin has been, that we are sitting above all-time highs, maybe even by the time you watch this video. So always make sure to do your own research, but I'm going to tell you what I'm anticipating and what I'm looking to do over the next month or so. As many of you know, I've called for Bitcoin to hit all-time highs on December 23rd of this year. I've been calling this since the summer, so not since last month. Why did I predict this? It all has to do with following along with the larger Bitcoin cycles. According to the historical chart, if we were to see something similar to the last cycle, December 23rd is your date. Now, the chances of it occurring on that actual date are pretty small, of course. I'm no Bitstradamus. Or am I? But technically, we've already touched an all-time high on some exchanges. So at least I got the month right. You got to give me that. But we didn't have even a daily close above the all-time high. If you look at the monthly chart very close, we've already made a huge milestone as November had the highest close ever for Bitcoin, blowing away 2017. A month I told you was going to be incredible for BTC. What can we take away from this? Well, when you look back at 2017, if we were truly at the top of the market right now, like some small-minded people believe, then we would have already seen a huge retracement, just like you can see evident by the huge wicks in December 2017 and January 2018. Right now, we are more likely compared to January of 2017, almost a full year before the peak of Bitcoin. January was actually a barely red month for Bitcoin in 2017 because it touched right at previous all-time highs and got rejected big time, kind of like we saw earlier this week. So we should have a red month for December, right? Well, I don't believe that's the case. A while back, trader Trading Shot on TradingView published the Golden Bull Cycle Ratio chart. Now, if you're unaware, this is where we get the dreaded September 28, 2021 date for the top of this Bitcoin bull cycle. But here's what I want you to notice. The bull cycle will be about a month and a half shorter than the last bull cycle. Side note, pretty funny when you hear people repeating drivel that they've heard from some influencers, like the bull market cycles are getting shorter or the bull market cycles are getting longer. No one can possibly surmise that based on history, because the first one was much shorter than the second one, but this one looks to be shorter than the last one. So no real pattern is emerging here yet. But back to the actual topic here. The shorter bull cycle in this case means instead of having a red month, we most likely are going to be hitting all-time highs near the end of this month. BTC seems to have all the momentum in the world right now, so people would think it might be a little foolish to think it's not hitting all-time highs today or even tomorrow. When we look at the daily chart here, it shows we are clearly on an uptrend. As long as we keep bouncing off this orange line shown on the chart, then there's a great chance our all-time highs very soon. I believe the most likely scenario, though, is sideways action for a few weeks here. While Bitcoin consolidates and gets ready to punch the sky more than you do when you miss out on one of my altcoin picks. See my Tuesday video, check those charts. Sideways action for BTC is what we want if you're invested in altcoins though. This is a time when some whales are selling and people who invested at the top of the market 2017 are recouping their losses. We have a battle of the bulls and the bears here at this price point. The bears do not want to see Bitcoin run away from the previous all-time highs, but it is going to happen. And if you're looking to take advantage of that, make sure to check out Bybit where you can bet on Bitcoin. Right now, Bybit is doing a huge 25 Bitcoin giveaway for Christmas. All you have to do is navigate down to the video description and we provide the steps and links that you need. Just make sure to register for a Bybit account by visiting bybit.bitboy.live and follow the steps seen here. Bybit, of course, is the premier destination in crypto for leverage trading. Just make sure you don't get wrecked because crypto can be volatile. Volatility is definitely real, but even though I expect BTC to level off here for about 3 weeks. And if you're into alts, this is what you want. If we were to go back to the summer to when Bitcoin was sideways for months, this is when we saw the gigantic altcoin market action. Of course, this was led by decentralized finance. I am on record, which is always dangerous, is saying that decentralized finance is not a bubble. It did not pop. Now, you may hear me say things like when the DeFi bubble popped or something of that nature. And it's not to say I'm going back on what I said. That is more to reference a point in the crypto timeline. Most people know what I mean when I say that. I also do not believe Bitcoin or the crypto markets in general are a bubble. You see, a bubble is something that pops and then doesn't return. See Tulip Mania or the dot-com bubble. In crypto, the markets are driven by cycles. And I believe we are seeing a hyper DeFi cycle starting to form. If you look at many of the projects that have pumped over the last few weeks, they're decentralized finance projects. Yearn Finance has been making investors fortunes, for example. Synthetics has had a killer run. And many more projects have done the same in that area. I believe over 3 weeks, we are going to see both low-cap coins and DeFi projects have a renaissance, while Bitcoin dances under all-time highs. This is what the smart money is showing us right now. Do you want to be the smart money or the dumb money? So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm done collecting the larger coins, probably until Christmas. I'm now turning to smaller coins and DeFi projects to accumulate. Then around Christmas, plan to convert those gains back into Bitcoin of all things. Because here's the truth. As hard of a time as I personally give Bitcoin, as much as I tell you guys I'm heavily invested in altcoins, which I am, mama didn't raise no dummy. I'm very aware that there is a time period when putting your money in Bitcoin and letting it ride is the smartest thing to do. It's the move. And that time, my friends, is getting very, very close. Once Bitcoin truly gets above all-time highs and enters price discovery, that is the window of opportunity. Many people miss these windows and instead just choose to hodl whatever they have. And listen, that is a fine strategy. Over the long term, this works. It's proven over and over again. But the smartest and most savvy crypto investors know not to get married to any coin. I'm a happily married man with eyes for only one special lady. But I'll be honest with you, when it comes to my coins, I'm a downright dirty. I will ride any coin for a short period of time and then just move on to the next one. And while right now, I'm looking around the bar at last call for any coin that'll give me some short-term gratification, I know in the next month, Bitcoin is the one I'll be taking home. Maybe even to meet my mama. But let me know what your strategy is going to be in December by dropping a comment down below. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.